Hi, I'm Rachel with Darice for Pat Catan's, and I'm here today to show you one of my favorite new DIY projects, arm knitting. It is so fun, it's so quick and easy, and the best part is that you don't have to be a knitter to learn how to do this. You can make fun fashion accessories or whatever you'd like, but today I'm going to show you how to make an infinity scarf. To get started, I rolled several skeins of yarn into a giant ball. This makes it easiest if you're working with a lot of strands of yarn so it doesn't get tangled as you work. The thicker your yarn, the faster your scarf is going to go. Begin by dropping the ball to the ground and pull out about 4 feet of yarn to make your tail. Let the tail fall to the ground and then make an overhand knot by taking the tail and pulling it through a loop. Place the loop over your right arm. Pull the tail towards you, it can just hang down, and this is called your working yarn. Your working yarn is what's attached to the skein of yarn. Place your working yarn over your index finger, under your middle finger and ring finger, and over your pinky. This is going to help you control the tension as you work. Take the tail, hook it over your thumb, take your right hand, place it under the tail, making a loop, go through the loop, grab the working yarn, and pull it through. Pull the stitch onto your hand. So repeat, you're going to take your right hand, stick it under the tail, through the loop, grab the working yarn, and pull through. This is called casting on. We're going to cast on a total of 5 stitches to make this scarf. Once you have all your stitches casted on, you're going to begin knitting. To start the second row, hold the working yarn in your left hand. And this is super easy to make your first stitch. You're going to grab the working yarn with your right hand, pull it through the first loop, and put the first loop on your left hand. Now as you work, you're always going to want to make sure that you have 5 stitches on your arms total. So again, you're going to grab the working yarn with your right hand, pull it through the loop, and transfer the new stitch onto your left arm. Take the working yarn, pull it through the loop. It's that easy and it's that simple. So I just knitted my first row. You're going to keep going back and forth on your arms until you've knitted your scarf as long as you want it to be. So when you make your scarf as long as you want it to be, you're going to start casting off. We'll start casting off on this row. This will finish your scarf and it'll give it a nice clean edge. To begin casting off, make two knit stitches just like you normally would. And what you're going to do is gradually decrease your stitches by placing the first stitch on the right over the next stitch. So you're going to knit another stitch, place it over your right hand just like normal, then take the first stitch on the right and slip it over the one on the left. This will give your scarf a nice clean edge. Once you get to the last stitch, go ahead and just pull the stitch on the right over it like usual. And at this point, you're going to take a pair of scissors, leave yourself a long tail to work with. Cut your yarn. Helps if you do it with the right hand for the scissors. And just pull the yarn through. Now, if you want to, you can leave the scarf just like this, or you can connect it to make an infinity scarf. To connect it, find the other end of your scarf and match it up to the first end. You want the back side of your scarf to show for this. To connect the two ends, take your tail, and you're just gonna weave it through the first stitches that you made, and then the last stitches. Continue doing this across until you've picked up all the stitches. Just take your yarn, wrap it around a couple times. Just to secure it, and then just tie a knot. Take your ends and just pull them through the yarn just to hide your tail. You can even just snip it if you want to. You won't really see it because there's so much going on in this scarf, so it'll hide it pretty well. But this just secures it a little bit better so your tail doesn't show. Here's the infinity scarf that I made in just 15 minutes. Now the coolest part about this technique is that you can apply it to a ton of different projects. I made this shrug by casting on 20 stitches and knitting for 4 feet. I added fringe to this scarf just to dress it up a little bit and give it a different look. So stop into your nearest Pat Catan's Craft Center for all your knitting and craft supply needs. Thanks so much for watching. See you there soon.